The plane is in the air, the season is on the line, and the most important arm in New England might not be telling the full story. Because when a Patriots insider says, "I haven't seen anything," right before a Super Bowl, that's not calming. That's terrifying. And today, we're breaking down why Drake Maye's shoulder has suddenly become the quietest, loudest storyline of Super Bowl 60, why the Patriots are moving like a franchise holding its breath, and why this might decide everything before the first snap is even taken. Here's what you're getting in this video, and I promise you this matters. We're separating facts from rumors, we're explaining what that uneasy feeling really means inside an NFL building, and we're talking about how close Drake Maye came to winning MVP, how much pressure is now on him, and why the Super Bowl against Seattle feels less like a celebration and more like a test of trust. Let's start with the quote that changed the temperature of this entire week. Reiss is not a hot take artist. He's not a drama merchant. He's not chasing clicks. He's been around the Patriots long enough to know when to speak softly and when to raise an eyebrow. And when he went on the Dudes on Dudes podcast with Rob Gronkowski and Julian Edelman and said, "So, I haven't seen anything, which makes me a little uneasy," that wasn't panic. That was professional discomfort. Because inside the NFL, not seeing something can be worse than seeing bad news. Reiss explained that normally when reporters go to practice, they see the arm. They see the throws. They see the motion. They see at least something. This time they didn't. Drake Maye didn't throw. The Patriots rested him last week. And that's where the speculation starts, so let's be clear. This next part is opinion, not confirmed fact. If this were a regular season game, nobody would care. If this were week 6, they'd bubble wrap him and move on. But this is the Super Bowl. Every rep matters. Every silence is magnified. And the Patriots choosing rest over transparency tells us one thing for sure. They are protecting something. The only question is how serious that something actually is. Drake Maye, for his part, has said all the right things. On Wednesday, he was a full participant in practice. He said he felt great. He said he was fortunate to be out there with his teammates. And look, I believe him to a point. Quarterbacks don't fake confidence at this stage. But confidence doesn't always equal health. What caught my attention was the detail that felt oddly cinematic. Maye said his shoulder turned a corner on the flight to San Francisco. That's not impossible. Rest, treatment, and time can do wonders. But it's also vague enough to leave room for doubt. And doubt is the enemy of preparation. Now let's talk about why this shoulder matters more than any other injury in this Super Bowl. Drake Maye is not just the Patriots quarterback. He is the Patriots offense. This isn't a system quarterback situation. This isn't a plug-and-play roster. New England's entire identity in 2025 has been built around Maye's arm talent, his movement, and his fearlessness. Take even 10% off that and the offense changes. Seattle knows this. The Seahawks aren't stupid. They've been watching the same practice reports. They've been listening to the same podcasts. If there is even a hint that Maye can't drive the ball the same way, they will challenge him. They'll press coverage. They'll load the box. They'll dare him to beat them deep. And that's where the shoulder becomes the story. Now let's zoom out, because the emotional weight on Drake Maye right now is unreal. This is a quarterback who just finished as the runner-up for NFL MVP. 23 first-place votes. 361 points. He lost the award by 5 points to Matthew Stafford. 5. That's a bounce. That's a dropped pass. That's one bad series in October. And here's my opinion as a fan who loves pressure moments. That MVP loss might be the best thing that happened to him. Because now the narrative is simple. No excuses. No individual awards. Go win the one that matters. But that also means every flaw gets amplified. Every throw gets dissected. Every grimace gets slowed down on social media. That shoulder isn't just a body part anymore. It's a symbol. Let's talk about what we actually know factually. Fact 1. Drake Maye dealt with shoulder discomfort late in the season. That is acknowledged by the team. Fact 2. The Patriots limited his throwing in practice last week. Fact 3. On Wednesday, he was a full participant and publicly stated he felt great. Fact 4. No official injury designation suggests he will miss the game. That's it. Everything else is interpretation. So why does this feel uneasy? Because Super Bowls are about margins. And the Patriots don't need a broken Drake Maye to lose. They just need a slightly off Drake Maye. Think about the Seahawks defense. Physical corners. Aggressive safeties. A pass rush that feeds off hesitation. If Maye hesitates for even a split second because he doesn't fully trust his shoulder, that changes timing. Timing kills offenses. This is where my wrestling fan brain kicks in. This feels like a main event where the champion insists he's fine, the trainer says he's fine, but the camera keeps zooming in on the taped ribs. You're supposed to notice it. That's the story. But here's the twist. Sometimes the injury is a misdirection. Sometimes it fuels the performance. Drake Maye has played his best football this year when counted out. Early in the season, people questioned whether he could carry a franchise. Mid-season, they questioned his consistency. Late season, they questioned his durability. And every time he responded. That's why I'm torn. On one hand, Reiss being uneasy matters. Insiders don't use that word lightly. On the other hand, the Patriots wouldn't put Maye out there unless they believed he could function at a championship level. This organization is too disciplined for theatrics. So here's my prediction, and I'm owning it. Drake Maye will play. Drake Maye will make throws that make you forget this conversation existed. And Drake Maye will also have at least one moment where you hold your breath because the shoulder doesn't look right. That's the reality of football at this level. The question I want you to think about is this. Would you rather have a slightly limited Drake Maye in the Super Bowl, or no Drake Maye at all? Because New England chose door number 1. Seattle is coming in confident. The Patriots are coming in cautious. And sometimes caution wins championships. Before I wrap this, I want to talk directly to the fans. If you're a Patriots fan, this week has probably felt weird. Not nervous. Not excited. Just quiet. That's because expectations are heavy. This isn't a Cinderella run. This is a responsibility. And if you're a Seahawks fan, you should be circling this shoulder storyline in red. Because if there's an opening, you attack it. That's football. So here's the question I want in the comments, and don't dodge it. If Drake Maye wins the Super Bowl but doesn't look 100%, does that make the win more impressive or more concerning for the future? That debate is coming either way. One way or another, this Super Bowl will define how we talk about Drake Maye for the next decade. MVP runner-up, franchise quarterback, shoulder questions, Lombardi trophy on the line. This is what legends are made of. And when it's all over, we'll finally know whether that uneasy feeling was a warning or just noise. NFLXposed never looks away from the uncomfortable stories. And this one is just getting started.